Southern Rail have cancelled hundreds of trains, trying to reduce the amount of staff, have unprecedented levels of passenger dissatisfaction, and run a pretty terrible service. Pretty well everyone along the line thinks the best way forward is for the public to run it, as the public ran East Coast Main Line at a profit, put £600 million into the Treasury. The government knows better, hands it over to a private company that makes a profit out of it. This is not a sensible way of running a public railway system, which we have all paid for through huge levels of public investment in the track and the signalling systems.
So, we now have a day to add to our calendar. Transport Tuesday. Is it a one-off, or shall we as Labour members and supporters of Jeremy Corbyn try and keep it going week on week? If only to highlight the fact that rail prices are rising. But when you find out not only how much profit is being made, but where exactly that profit is going. As we may know, privatisation of British Rail began in 1994 and was completed very quickly by 1997. And under Margaret Thatcher, there's that name again, various other businesses that were state-owned were also sold off. Still remember the right to buy fracas. But it wasn't until John Major took over that the railways finally got privatised using the Railways Act 1993. Now when this took place, we were promised, yes, promised, so many things would happen. Reduced costs to the taxpayer, lower fares, improved customer service and more investment. But as with all companies of all industries, shareholders like to see a profit and they like to see big returns for their investment. And that comes in the form of growth, and I mean financial growth. The profits from the existing year have to be more than the previous year, otherwise the company would not see itself as doing well. Now if I'm wrong on that, please put a comment in the box below. Now take Southern Railway, which finally integrated into Thameslink in 2015. They had a massive leap in pre-tax profits from 16.9 million to 29.3 million, quite a significant increase. And dividend payments to its parent company Govia, which is owned by Go Ahead Group and Kelios, doubled from 13.3 million to 25.7 million. Now remember them company names because I will be coming back to them. Now considering them profits, you think they would be providing a better service. Well, the back end of last year, Thameslink suffered the largest year-on-year rise in the number of late trains, up to 73% over a 3-month period. Another rise that can't be ignored is passenger use, a 60% increase in passengers since 94 and 95. But only a 3% increase in carriages by 2013. You can understand now why trains are being dangerously overcrowded. So, with lack of private investments going back into our railways, where exactly are all the profits going? Well, remember a few minutes ago when I mentioned Southern Rail integrated into Thameslink and part owned by Kelios? Well, they are a French state's rail subsidiary and it owns 35% of the franchise, which is equivalent to £5.68 million share of the actual £13.4 million profit. They also own 35% of the South Eastern Line, and in 2012 the line's profit stood at £16 million and the Kelios share £5.6 million. And where did that money go? Straight back to France. No investment back into the line at all. And since then, prices have risen. And remember I also mentioned Govia, which is Croydon's main train operator and voted Britain's worst rail company. But boss David Brown was still awarded a £2.1 million paycheck earlier this year. It is now though being stripped of its franchise, and TfL is supposed to be taking over all suburban rail services in London by 2020. But there are other foreign companies out there, I would say, that are using our rail network as a cash cow to improve their own services. Abellio, Greater Anglia, a Dutch state rail operator, made a profit of 3.64 million. It was flowed back to the Netherlands. Northern Rail, a joint venture of Serco and Abellio, with a profit of just over £33 million in 2012. This money went to fund Dutch public transport. So what is happening with our railways? Are they simply being used, as I said, as a cash cow to fund and improve public services abroad, whilst ours is left to sting the fare payer and dwindle into rack and ruin and turn into a service that just does not deliver? The only way this can get better is for it to be re-nationalised. No more shareholders, therefore no need for massive ongoing profits. There is a good chance then, I would say, that fares may come down. But why is Alstom, a company based in France, being named as a major player to build double-decker trains for the HS2? Why is the lottery for the contracts of building trains for the new line being allowed to spread far and wide? Wouldn't it be best, wouldn't it benefit our economy if it was offered out to only English companies? We've at least got to give them a chance, haven't we? Are you pro HS2? Do you think it is a project that funds are being overspent on? Couldn't the £42 billion be spent on improving the rail networks we already have? I would love to hear your comments. As always, if you like this episode, click on the thumbs up. Don't forget to click on that little subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching, and if you do subscribe, thank you very much. And I'll see you again next time. Fucking stupid.